Hey guys, it's me, Sugarbug HCG. Sorry I'm still in the same shirt I wore yesterday, but promise I changed it between yesterday and today. And sorry I'm looking a little hood rat, but I just wanted to get on here and vlog. I just watched my mom's vlog about Paul and was bawling, and she was like, you should just vlog about it. So I'm going to vlog about it. I'll start out with this. That's Paul. This is probably gonna be a long video because I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things. So, my freshman, sophomore year of high school, my parents got divorced, and my mom left us, and we had to choose who we were gonna live with, and we chose our dad because we grew up in a really small town of 1,000 people, and I was in acting and drama and all kinds of stuff, and my best friends were there and the people that I grew up with my whole life. So I chose to live with my dad. During that time was probably the hardest time in my life. My dad was depressed, and he would sit around all day and watch Spider-Man. I know that sounds stupid to cry about, but he did. And it was really, really hard to watch because he wouldn't do anything but sit there and cry. And I can remember my mom and dad sitting in the living room, and my mom asking for a divorce, and I was in the hallway watching, and they didn't know. And my dad begged and begged, please don't leave. But there's a lot of backstory to that, and I have completely forgiven my mom, and I have no grudges. I never did when it all happened. For some reason, I just understood, and I never grieved it probably until last year when I went through my church process, and I always felt like I needed to be the older sister and not show that I was hurt. Well, in that time, okay. Let's just see here. So during that time, my mom had moved away and started a new job, and she was roommates with a guy named Paul, and that was her boyfriend. We loved Paul, and Paul loved us, and they had 2 dogs. And I remember driving to go see my mom and him one time, and I had an 82 Grand Marquis, and it was a ghetto fabulous car. I mean, ghetto fabulous. And I remember at one point, the part of my car flew up and hit the window, my other window, and I was like, what in the world was that? Well, I kept driving, and when I got there, Paul came out to give us a hug or whatever, and I looked out at he said, what is wrong with your tire? I was like, what are you talking about? So my old tire was just wire on the outside of my tire. That was all that was left. So that's a funny little memory I have of him. But so my mom dated him, and towards the end he had started to cheat, and I don't know how long it went on, but we still loved him, and he still came over, and he was still very active in our lives. And my sister was going to see my mom, and 3 something in the morning, my mom had gotten a call that she worked on a helicopter and my sister was going to visit her. And so Paul and her also worked together in 2 different places on helicopters as lifesavers. I forgot the word, really. EMTs, basically. So Paul said, you go visit your other daughter and I'm going to take your place. So he left, and my mom got a call that the helicopter had gone down and that Paul didn't survive. So the next morning I was sleeping on my waterbed and my dad came and woke me up and gave me the phone, and my mom told me that he had died. Now, back up to November, my great-grandma had just died. My best friend wasn't talking to me at all. She had a boyfriend and didn't really care what was going on in my life. My cousin had tried to commit suicide. And she was also one of my best friends. Then in March, today, he died. And I remember my sister playing the trumpet as the planes flew by. And the last one flew by and it represented him. And at the funeral, my mom stood up and read a note that Paul had left the day 3 hours before he had died to my mom. It said, if I only knew the things that I had done, I would say I'm sorry. If I had only known that this would be my last day or whatever. And it was all talking about it being his last day, or someone's last day, and it happened to be the day that he died. So I haven't thought about it in a while, and it's been 9 years today. So yeah. Then after that happened, my mom and my stepdad got married in June or something. I don't even remember. And then my dad got married in July. And my mom and my stepdad, it was okay because we knew my stepdad, and it was a very, very fast thing. Or maybe it was July and August, I don't know. But I hated my stepmom, and she was awful to us. And I was happy for my dad, but it was rough. It was rough, and my dad continually took my stepmom's side. I left for college, and then my great-grandpa died in October. And just thinking back on that year of my life, it was rough. And just so many things had happened and gone on, and I just needed someone or something to comfort me and say it was all going to be okay. And I need to remember one other thing. After Paul had died a couple of months earlier that year, I guess it was earlier that year, in November, when my great-grandma died, then mine and my sister, one of our best friends, had committed suicide and killed himself by sticking a hose in his car and killing himself. And just a lot of losses that year, and a lot of different things had happened. So we lost Ruben, we lost Paul, we lost our great-grandparents. Our parents got remarried. Our parents had just gotten divorced years before. So, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just going through all of this, but I hadn't really thought about it, and just sitting here watching my mom's vlog and just thinking about all of it just brought up so many emotions. And just kind of rethinking it all today, and I've grieved it all, and I've forgiven, and I'm happy how everything is right now, and happy for everyone. But yeah. So I just wanted to vlog about that, and sorry I cried and all that stuff, and it was long. So I had a 1.2 pound release today. Yay for me. And I'm almost at 35 pounds. Yay. All right. I'm going to go. I love you guys. Bye.